So the greatest part about this 14-year-old Dominyka winning blue belt worlds in adult, the greatest part of the story is the fact that I could have defaulted to many different excuses. So something that was happening at the time, as a month before I was set to compete, I was doing a private with Emily, and I knee cut in a really weird way and twisted my back and popped my rib out. And it was so significant that it was making it very difficult for me to breathe and move. I couldn't train. I couldn't really move around or work out or run or do anything for cardio. I was having a really hard time just sitting in a chair without pain. And I went to the chiropractor a few times. I had my rib popped back in a few times, but it always kept dislocating, or the cartilage kept
Yeah.
dislocating. So I already was in a negative. I hadn't trained properly or efficiently in 2 or 3 weeks. I was cutting weight. So, when you can't train and you're cutting weight,
Makes
usually
it
you
a little
just
harder.
starve. Usually you just don't eat. And I didn't know how to wake up properly either. So that was adding to the whole mess of it. And I remember on the plane ride there, I took some painkillers that had an adverse reaction with my body and ended up giving me a fever. So the day before I was set to compete, I was sick, I was hungry, I was in pain. When my dad asked me to drill some moves on him so that we could game plan a little bit for what techniques I would try and hit off the bat as soon as the match started, I couldn't even hold him in closed guard. I couldn't sit up. I couldn't do much. And the day of, as we were walking up towards the pyramid, each step that I took up those stairs was agony. I was in so much pain. I felt like my whole body was inflamed and on fire, and my footsteps were super heavy and my muscles ached. And my dad already was like, how are you going to win? Like, how are you even going to compete? And I was like, I don't know. Like, what else am I supposed to do? We're here. I could find a million excuses not to do something, including not compete. But if I know I have to do it, then I'm going to try and work around those excuses as much as possible and commit to getting the deed done.